How does India look like from space?
Looking at India in the daytime, colors are amazing. The Himalayas are absolutely amazing. As you can see, when the rivers run off, how they interact. Night, India is pretty spectacular. The cities are lit up and all those lights seem to be like connected.
Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are still stuck in space and are not expected to return.
10-day test flight turned into a 9-month-long mission in space.
This after their Boeing Starliner faced thruster failure.
This time, this flight, the last one, was pretty messed up.
Once after we launched and then we got to the space station, we knew we weren't going to come home as planned. We knew it would be 6 more months. When you're in space and coming home is a byproduct of this business. It's risky.
How many situations do you plan for?
Oh gosh, hundreds. Trained for 2 years for a launch of a spacecraft because we go through with our control team, hey, what if this failed? What if that failed? And what's the probability of this and that happening?
Was there any point where you heard some sound and you got scared?
We were all a little on edge when in this latest flight when we had a satellite below us in orbit explode, and then there was a bit of a debris field. And so we were woken up in the middle of the night to all go to our own spacecraft. It's called Safe Haven. And we all sort of hugged each other. Hopefully I'll see you on Earth.
Did you feel lonely in one of those 286 days?
People that you end up living in space, they become family.
Have you cried in space?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I miss people and I missed my dog. So of course I cried.
What was the most difficult part for you of the training?
Like
Not
if
at
I
all.
have to just go do something, it doesn't bother me. I've trained, I've done it, like spacewalk stuff, robotic stuff doesn't make me nervous. But academics in college were hard for me.
Before you set a foot on your first flight, you saw what happened with Kalpana Chawla. She's a friend of yours, she's a role model, and you saw her death.
This day has brought terrible news and great sadness to our country. The Columbia is lost. There are no survivors.
Did that event change anything you?
I think the desire to explore more, I think it gave us even more of a feeling of like, we really want to continue this. We've got to do this in their memory. We're not going to let their situation put a stop on it. They wouldn't want that. So we're going to press harder.
What's the health cost you pay when you come back?
For me, I always feel a little nauseous when I come back. The neurovestibular system has not been working while you're up in space. It's sort of shut down and you have other feelings of orientation while you're up there. For me, I felt pretty nauseous for like 24 hours.
Do you believe there's some life out there?
Absolutely. With those billions of stars out there, we're just a little planet around one star. So yeah, there's life out there.
How does space smell like? Tell me about your biggest insecurity. What's the strangest thing you've seen in the space which you think is going to be hard to believe for people here?
Interesting.
Before starting today's episode, I have a small request. The whole team and I are working very hard to bring bigger and bigger guests for you so that we can give you more value and learnings through better conversations. And to continue doing that, I need you to subscribe our channel. It's free and takes only 2 seconds. And we promise that if you do this, we'll keep bringing the top 1% guests from all around the world and make you prouder one day. Our today's guest has done 9 spacewalks, spent more than 62 hours walking in space, more than any other woman in human history. Very few women get to lead the International Space Station, and she's not just commanded the ISS once, but twice. She has been part of 3 epic ISS missions, spent 608 days in space, the second most of any NASA astronaut ever. I'm talking about Sunita Williams, the woman who's flown 40 different aircraft, served as a Navy captain, and is also the first human being ever to have run a marathon in space. And just last year, she was stranded in space for 9 months when a spacecraft failed. The whole world watched, but she didn't panic, she took the charge. And in this conversation, we'll figure out the training, the mindset, the sacrifices it took to become one of the greatest female astronauts in the world. And what does it take to build a mindset where you can be calm when everything is going against you. I'm just really, really honored to do this. I just wanted you to know this.
Well, thank you. It's fun. It's great to be here. It's great to have a podcast. I know it opens up to another audience. So thank you for the invitation.
Everybody knows you, but let's say if 0.01% people don't know you,
Okay.
then what about your childhood you would tell them, which has shaped you the person who you are today?
I think the biggest thing about my childhood that shaped me was I came from a family that was multicultural, multi-religions, multi-food, most important, I guess. And that's it's a big benefit. You don't realize it when you're a kid, it's life, it's how it is. But I think just appreciation for different cultures at a young age, not even realizing it, I think was really beneficial and set me up for success, I would say, just because I feel like I can relate to a lot of different people, or at least have the patience to listen for a moment.
At what point in your childhood you felt like this is a strength? Like being multicultural is a strength?
Oh gosh, I don't think I realized it for a long time, for a while. Like it was a little bit, I think more so, we were different. We are a different family, and we all knew that. But I didn't know if it was a strength until later on in life, where just easy to deal with people. I think.
What do you mean by different?
Well, we were the only Indian family in our town.
Okay.
Or partially Indian family. So I think we stuck out pretty much. My sister and I had long hair, of course, long Indian hair. While we were growing up, we were also swimmers. And so we were the type that got up in the morning and swam before school, coming into school with wet hair. And so we were just different in regards to other people in the town, I think. People knew who we were then, too, the Pandyas.
Yeah. Did you at any point feel like that was maybe a weakness, or that maybe put you in a different light than other people?
Oh, sure. Like as a kid, of course, when you're like a kid, or more so like when you're an early teen, when you don't blend in with everybody else and you're a little bit different, of course, that's a little bit uncomfortable. But it also at the same time, I think, confident, secure in myself, that I thought the more important thing was athletics and academics, and I didn't really bother me that much.
Were you insecure at any point?
Absolutely, my whole life. I think everybody is. They just have to sort of push through it, and I think that's part of life, is just like pushing through boundaries and things that make you feel a little uncomfortable, and that's where you can achieve more. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Tell me about your biggest insecurity.
Gosh, my biggest. I don't know about my biggest. I mean, just my whole job from being, like, first of all, as an athlete, you get on the starting blocks, you're nervous, right? So that's one thing. You're a little bit insecure about your capabilities and your abilities. It gets proven in the pool or on the track or wherever it is. But, just getting to that starting point, as they say, is a little bit scary. And then I think in all of the things that in my career that I've done, I had major insecurities about it. Like, wow, am I going to be able to pass this check ride? Am I going to be able to be a pilot? Am I going to be able to know how to do a spacewalk? Am I going to be able to do the robotic arm? I think all those things, I think there's points of insecurity. Yes, you prepare as best as you can, but then at one point in time, at least myself, I doubt myself at times. Do you
do that today?
Absolutely. I think we all do it. I think we all do that. Like, if you don't, then you're not really being introspective, I think.
True.
I think it's hard to think that you know everything and not have an appreciation for the rest of the world around you that might have a surprise for you.
What are you insecure about today? Like, you've accomplished so many things now.
A lot. I mean, the next steps of my life. What am I going to do in the next steps of my life? We're moved. I'm retired. We've moved. What am I going to do? I don't know. And think I'm insecure about it, but I don't really care because it's all good. I know better now. It's all going to work out. I wish I had known that when I was a kid, because I think those insecurities take over a little bit more when you're younger, when you don't realize it's all going to work out.
It's so fascinating. You do, like, your main work is uncertainty for living. Like, that's what, like, you don't know what's going to happen the next moment. And you think about what's going to happen next. That's like, you're insecure about the uncertainty in your life, like what's going to happen now. But you've lived all your life just thinking about, let's live in the moment and not think about what's going to happen next.
Yes, and I think you bring up a good point. I think that is the way you deal with it. Like, let's live in the moment. Like, I think people have insecurities, of course, when they look in the future, but you can't make it. You can guide it, but you can't anticipate every little thing. So living in the moment is, I think, the best methodology.
You say a lot about that. You've made a pivot. Every time things don't work out, you made a pivot. So you wanted to become something else in the childhood. Then you applied for certain things, you didn't get in, and then you finally ended up becoming who you are today. How did you know that this is something that you don't want to give up? Because every time when it didn't work out, you just pivoted. You're like, maybe not for me, not for me, not for me. And then,
well, I like, this is another thing I think I wish I knew when I was a younger kid, that, things work out for a reason. Maybe it's because you have better qualifications in one area than another, although you think this is what you might want to do, and be ready for those extra doors to open that you didn't even anticipate. So those are things that like I said, I wish I had known then, because I think I was a little bit more, had more anticipation, maybe a little bit more nervousness about it when I was younger, versus just like sort of going with the flow, because like, let's just see what's behind the next door, because it might be something that I never even imagined and things like that. So that's why I mention this when I'm talking to kids about this younger age pivot, about trying to know what you want to do when you're 17. That seems almost ridiculous now that I look back and think about it. And I find myself asking kids too, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? How the heck do they know? It's sort of a silly question to ask them. So more should be like, what are you interested in? What kinds of things have you been exposed to, or what do you want to do something else, or can I guide you to a direction that might be something that you never even thought of? That's, I think, more appropriate questions, honestly, now that I look back at the whole thing, because how the heck do you know what you want to do when you're a kid? And I think that causes a lot of anxiety and stress with people, and you don't need to have that.
True.